Hello Aquarius, this is your September 1st to September 15th, 2016 read. For the main read, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pumunla. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Decks have been pre-shuffled. Let's get right into it. Okay. Alright. So, as we go into this time frame, your crowning energy is the Knight of Swords reversed, which, in this situation, swords being air, swords being communication, you're Aquarius, you're air, of course. I feel like there's some confusion on communication. I feel like things are not necessarily understood as they're meant. I'm getting like I feel like we're trying to make things go forward, trying to look up or look to the good, and I'm almost wondering here. I just feel like it's a lot of misunderstood information. When we start into this time frame, you know what? I'm going to actually put out some advice cards as we start this. I'm getting like a lot of miscommunication here. Six of Swords reverse. That's your first card going into this time frame, September 1st. And I feel like you're just being misunderstood at this time. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what exactly the situation is. I feel like you're kind of holding back and kind of retreating from the situation. Your advice card for this time frame is to retreat. I just feel like you're not coming off, or the situation isn't coming out the way it really is. The next card in succession is the Page of Pentacles reversed as well, which the way she's depicted on this card, I always feel like she's sitting on some great information and just giving out a ball of wisdom. But in this situation, I feel like there's something you need to say, or some information you have that's very valuable, and you're a very strong piece of the puzzle, but it's not coming out. I just feel like there's miscommunication through this whole situation. The next card in succession is another. I mean, it's the Five of Cups reversed, but I kind of get that page energy still going through, as in you have something of value to add to the situation, but you're just not being understood. I just feel like it's a lot of misunderstanding. And the Knight of Swords reversed crowning everything seems to be pulling through the whole thing. I feel like you're aware of this. And I feel like not only is the advice just to hold back and just kind of wait it out, I feel like you're doing that. I feel like that's where you're going anyway. Whatever the situation is you're questioning or wondering about. In fact, when you clicked on this reading, I'm thinking you might have already thought about what the situation would be before you even started watching. If that resonates for you, I feel like you're already holding back, and it's a smart thing. Like, I feel like you're trying to maybe even stay out of the situation as much as possible, or just kind of like watch and see how it's going. I do feel like you're communicating, but I think you're trying to be wise about what you're saying and what you're not saying. There's discord around you. The Ace of Swords reversed. This makes me think there's a lot of squabbling. That's like, especially with this card with the geese. This one with it looks like a cranky geese, a squawky one that's kind of just like batting its wings and just kind of being obnoxious. I feel like there's a lot of that going on. I feel like it's socially, whatever the situation is, whether it's friends, business partners, a social arena you're a part of, for example, like if it's a kid's soccer event, something like that, and you're a part of the event in some way, other people, other friends of yours are kind of working it out, and there's other people going back and forth. I feel like there's a situation going on that you want to change. Something's just not going right, but it's being worked out around you. It is upside down, but I feel like it can go right side up. This is around you. I just feel like you're not being understood correctly here. Definitely, this is also in the environment around you. This is below the environment around you, which makes me think that there's other social factors working to your favor. I feel like people speak well of you in this situation, but it's just not, like, I don't feel like things are going your way at this moment. Like, I feel like even you are seeing the situation as wasted input. I mean, I'm trying to get like a more of a sense, and with a general read, like if I was reading for someone personally, I would kind of be able to get into what exactly the situation is, and I'm realizing that's why I'm not getting an actual situation, is because it's a general read, and a lot of people watch this, can go a lot of different ways, but I feel like it's kind of going in the sense, things around you, things in this situation are not developed fully or far enough. So either it's the beginning of a season, the beginning of a, like, I don't know if that's true for soccer, if soccer's starting up, or how that works, I'll be honest with you. I think soccer is a spring sport. I apologize. But, like, something is starting up, and it's not far enough along, or it's gone a while, but it's not to the point yet where things can be developed. Like, I feel like you're waiting for things to develop. And you're trying to, I almost feel like you have the foresight to know what's coming forward, or like you want to plan for things in the future. And it's not that the other people you're talking to don't understand that. It's just that they're like, no, let's deal with what we're doing with now. They don't want to plan that far ahead. And I feel like you're kind of looking at it like, if we don't think about this or talk this out before it comes into the arena, when it does get here, we might have some issues. Like, it's better to talk about it now. I do feel, though, that since the other people around you aren't receptive to that, you are pulling back. You are waiting. I do feel like you have a feeling, though, that it's kind of like wasted effort. Like things, for example, if it's like a sports season, you're kind of viewing it like, if we don't make the changes now, we're not going to make it to these other events because we're going to have things just fall through and it's just going to take us out of the running. But again, I don't feel like the environment around you, the majority of the people aren't really going with it. You definitely have people in your corner and people that like you and will listen, but I also feel like they're kind of torn and they're trying to make things work out. And it's just not happening. I feel like I think there's a lot you have to give and to talk about, but there's a lot of misunderstanding and things go left and right, and I feel like that squawky goose is getting a lot of attention and kind of like throwing some upset on there. Around the 15th, the 7 of Cups reversed is what kind of takes you out of this, going towards the Libra time frame. I feel like when we get like closer to Libra, closer to the 20th, and of course, you know, I want to say Libra is somewhere between the 20th and 22nd when it technically changes, but the closer you get to that time frame, I feel like things start to go more your way. At this point, I feel like people have already set what they want to do and they're sticking to the plan, and that's kind of the aversion you're getting right now. You have good ideas, you want to talk about things, you want to like maybe tweak some things or possibly change things altogether, but there's a plan. The majority of people are like following this plan, and they just want to stick to it, and that's kind of where we're going at this point. As we get closer to the Libra time frame, I feel like you're going to get stronger, and more of a diplomatic talking things out will work in your favor. I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be more waiting it out. The advice for this time is to hold back. That the people around you are not ready. They're not ready to hear. They're not ready to move forward. I feel like I said, as we get closer to the 20th, your time will come. Especially, we'll see how the next part read, the next section read for September works out for you, of course. But for now, I'm feeling like at this time, and I apologize, I wish it was a little better, but I think if I was on the receiving end of this, what I would take from it is, like, don't get overexcited about people not listening to you. I feel like your time will come. It's just not in this spot. You do have stuff to say, and you have definite good points you need to bring forward, but I feel like the time isn't right and the receptivity isn't there. Alright, that is your September 1st to September 15th, 2016 read. Any questions or comments, go ahead, leave those below. If you would like a personal read from me, go ahead and shoot me an email at jamesforastral@gmail.com, James4astral@gmail.com. Thank you very much.